Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of my presentation is to inform you about the information security activity of the NISZ as a central state information communication service provider and of the impact of domestic regulation of daily incident management activities. In the first part of my presentation, I will introduce the National Info Communication Service Provider company, specifically its legal and operating environment. In the second part, I will show which part of cybersecurity we provide as business as usual and which one as a service. Finally, I will give a glance at the nature of attacks against the governmental informed communication systems. Please let me introduce the company where I work. As a result of the evolution of the information culture, an ever-widening circle of the society has been using info communication devices in the daily routine. This also led the government growing demand for getting in touch with government bodies using online platform. As a strategically important player in Hungary, NISZ Group provides telecommunications, IT, and e-government services. With 2,000 full-time employees, 3 subsidiaries, and subsidized equality of 22 billion Hungarian forint, NISZ Group operates the most secure critical networks of Hungarian government, as well as provide info communication services for 300 public institutions nationwide. These include the provisions of landline and mobile telephone services, as well as the supply of telecommunications and IT infrastructure facilities. In addition, NISZ offers a comprehensive range of related services, such as the operation and maintenance of IT and telecommunication devices and peripherals. The operations and activity of NISZ are primarily defined and regulated by governmental decrees. The company plays a major role in perform wide range of nationwide IT and governance development projects financed by both European Union and the Hungarian government. These activities and responsibilities range from project management to technical planning, system integration, as well as the security operation and the system operation. Similar to other information security provider companies, the activity of NISZ is affected by 3 factors. These 3 aspects define those action, introducible, operatable security solution, which can efficiently provide the secure operation of its company. It needs a level and the emphasis of the information security activity to be at the right place, which can secure the optional and cost-efficient protection. The relation of these 3 factors to each other is defined by rule of the company in the society, economy, and the attitude of the management. As a company which runs governmental systems, the most important things are the legal compliance reputation and the business effect. In the interest of the stability of information security, we need to regularly review our activity as written in the legal terms and inside the regulation of the company. We need to do this because we have to show the exterior or interior changes in company information security activity. For efficient security, it needs to be ensured that the data in the system are available just for authorized people, for them, however, permanently. This activity is covered with tools which enable efficient working method and which is considering business and IT risk. To be proportional to the cost of defended value, security measures defined by risk management activity can indicate the circle of restriction and admission. NISZ, as the operator of governmental body system, is in the special situation. First, it needs to comply the demand of governmental and legal requirements. On the other hand, we need to use the best practice in this specific industry. The information security activities and tasks of the governmental member are regulated by Act 50 of 2030, and the decree number 441/2050. The implementation regulation is the adaptation of NIST 854, and as a cloud service provider, NIST needs to adapt to norms of international practice, like cloud control matrix, which published by CSA, orientating the two expectation and the adaptation of CCM. NIST can secure efficient and full spectrum information security. The separation of responsibility clearly determines which service level the information system should be able to protect by NIST and what level of service is needed for the organization. However, domestic regulation does not address cloud services. Due to the nature of the cloud service, in case of the common used infrastructure elements, the legal requirements imposed on the service system should be implemented regardless of the number of system that the given infrastructure provides. The systems used by in the recipient's organization are at the risk, but the common infrastructure elements do not have higher security requirements. Server organization at the levels they operate should themselves be required to meet to the information security requirements set out in the law. They can do it from their own resource or buy from security service provider. Given the confidentiality of data managed in the information security and system relevant information, it would be important to find which part of organization that can provide security services to the state and local governmental sector, like vulnerability testing. This rule would be of the utmost importance for continuous monitoring services, since not only can the third-party information related to that system, but can also gain access to confidential information. In case of confidential security monitoring activity, the organization must cooperate efficiently with NIST Information Security Operations Center in order to ensure full protection. But who is the attackers? Naturally, we could fight all kinds of attackers. Of course, on the monitoring system, we meet script kiddies who are trying to penetrate our system, but border and other security systems prevent it. We could see hacktivists when, for example, when they start a distributed denial of service attacks because of rising network traffic, or there is a new text or image on your website. These are very spectacular. With very low efficiency. We know crime is a huge business, so we can be target, as we saw earlier in case of some foreign and Hungarian hospitals. But the official communication is very simple. We don't pay. I hope that the attacker find other target. Other kinds of well-educated and well-skilled attackers, they are serious issues because these hackers generally have huge knowledge, but fortunately have not enough time to discover the network and bypass the security systems, so the monitoring system signals the penetration. Fortunately, I have not had to deal with cyber terrorist attacks, but I have read a lot about them. I think they would be like destroy everything, which can lead to serious physical damage. State-sponsored groups know the weak spots of systems and people, so they can use zero-days exploit and hide themselves very efficiently. The most common attack vectors are phishing, ransomware, and DDoS attacks, and the most threatening of them, EPT. It's the same at the state and local government sector. We are targets too. In my experience, the number of attacks vector is still email, letters which contain harmful attachment on hyperlinks. To deal with these incidents, most of it's provided with automatic analysis tools that can partly or wholly replace the human activity. However, in the perspective of the success of the attacks, the most important factor is the human activity. The more conscious the users are, the harder to hack them. Another common technique set of attacks is the attack of web and other network services. To prevent these attacks, we should run up-to-date software for our system. And in case of web application, we should do penetration test permanently. By nature, the number of the APT attacks is very low, but in terms of impact, they can cause the greatest damage. With traditional defense tools, these attacks can be defected with implemented discretion. But the new generation defense solution and well-trained specialists can help in early detection. In a large company environment, vulnerable software and hardware products are causing serious problems. Over the past years, many vulnerabilities have been disclosed for which an exploiting code exists. Removing these vulnerabilities cannot be safeguarded by traditional operating process, which will cause an operational task to become an information security task. Okay. While information security professional understanding focus on the technical side of the incident and the incident itself, the leaders of the organization are primarily interested in their cause and the damages. Leaders are interested in how bad is it, who was it, who did they get in, what information was taken, what are the legal implications, it is under the control, what are the damage. Of course, the answer to the question asked by the leaders must be given an incident manager during the incident management process as accurately as possible. The deadline is yesterday, of course. 4 years we have experienced that the attacks on IT systems are becoming more and more sophisticated. Next to the web and DDoS attacks, we are encouraging an increasing number of attacks that attempt to persuade to users malicious documents or visit a malicious website. In easier cases, the attacks are campaign-like and the security service providers have met. So the conventional signature-based security tools can easily prevent the attacks. Nowadays, there is an increasing number of cases where this analysis has not yet taken place. For the defense, it is a difficult task for cases that are targeted or customized to the particular person trying to compromise zinc systems. Traditional defense techniques are able to significantly reduce the noise to prevent the undeveloped attacks, but in most cases are ineffective against targeted advanced attacks. Recognizing APT attacks as well as new technology solution, for example, network host behavior analyzing street information requires a combination of signaturing with for various devices. The high number of incidents requires that important incidents for the organization be primarily addressed. Determining the right order can be achieved only with the thorough knowledge of the service provided by the organization and their interaction. For the definition of the priorities, the registers managed by other units are also required. All in all, the recognized advanced attacks can usually result in correlation analysis of information from multiple sources and in unmanageable without knowing business needs. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please visit my stage in the corner. Thank you.